It's one of the most storied matchups in the Northwest Suburban.
We're always big rivals, so you always want to be Coon Rapids.
These two programs began together at Blaine, but the Cardinals took flight on their own in '96. And since then, it's been game on.
From the moment we split, it was, hey, they want to beat us pretty bad.
Now comes the time for a new chapter in this old rivalry as the Cardinals and the Bengals battle for the first time ever outdoors.
We're really excited. We think it'll be a fun experience.
It's an idea that started with Blaine coach Steve Geider.
Just the sound of hockey is better out here. Everything's crisp.
He talked with Coon Rapids coach Jessica Christofferson about it over the summer, and planning for the first ever outdoor classic began.
Thought it was a great idea, and it's even more special to do it against our crosstown rival.
When the date was set for the big event, no one knew the drama the game would hold. Nostalgia is nice, but this game has some serious implications.
They beat us the first time, so we're definitely looking to get some payback.
Earlier this season, Blaine knocked off a previously undefeated Coon Rapids team in overtime. And now, with just a few games remaining in the regular season, the Cardinals are trying to hold on to their slim lead in the conference, and the Bengals are one of several teams nipping at their heels.
We want to get them even more. We need to win that game.
So the Cardinals and the Bengals prepare for battle against each other, as well as the elements, with the conference crown on the line.
It's going to be a pretty special day for both of our programs.
The first ever outdoor classic starts now, live on CTN. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Phelan Recreation Center in St. Paul, Minnesota for CTN's live coverage of the first ever outdoor classic. Coon Rapids versus Blaine. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro rinkside for today's action. And Howie, we are indeed rinkside. Center ice for a very big game. First outdoor game for either program. Very excited to be a part of this.
Absolutely. First, let me say your hair looks wonderful today, but I want to say something. This is the way hockey should be played. This is the way they played it originally, and this is the way they should play it. I'm so excited, and these two teams are really excited to take the ice.
Well, and it's perfect conditions for outdoor hockey. No sun, so the glare will not be an issue. Very little wind and a very mild temperature for late January in Minnesota. But not only is this an outdoor game, that's all well and good, but a game that means a lot. 4 games left in the regular season, and the Cardinals holding on to that lead in the Northwest Suburban.
Yeah, and this is an important game really for Coon Rapids as well to continue their lead, just a half a game at this point. But they lost that first game to Blaine, and so when section seedings come, they want to make sure they get the advantage here today.
Yeah, the Blaine Bengals scored 4 power play goals and beat the Cardinals 5-4 earlier this year in overtime. They are a team that's going to bring a lot of pressure. Brittany Thunstrom leading the way in scoring.
15 goals, 13 assists from Brittany. And this is a team that, according to Steve Geider, head coach, said a little difficult time scoring, and they're really going to have to pick that up. They know that Coon Rapids can come put the puck in the net, the leading scoring team in the conference, and they know that Brittany is one of the number of girls that will help try and get this W.
Well, and a big reason the Cardinals are number 1 in the conference is scoring, of course, is number 7, Rachel Bana. She is having a banner year in her senior season, and a big reason why the Cardinals are still atop the conference standing.
I had to get a calculator to keep up with her points. 35 goals, 28 assists, 63 on the season. And certainly every time any coach talks about Coon Rapids Cardinals, they talk about number 7, and Blaine is no different.
It'll be interesting to see how much being outside changes the game. Certainly a lot riding on it, a lot of intensity in this rival at any time. And now it's something special for sure. The first ever outdoor classic live on CTN. This CTN Sports presentation is brought to you in part by Appliance Experts, locally owned and operated, featuring 24-hour emergency service specializing in all brands of appliances, air conditioning, and in-home heating. Appliance Experts, 763-754-5887, offering home heating tune-ups right now. Back at Phelan Recreation Center, We'll barbecue it at the hockey game. And a special present for our viewers, a return of the Professor Jerry Grant for this big event. Jerry, thanks for coming.
Well, I was glad. I was driving by, and someone said there's an old-time game. They needed an old-time announcer, so I fit the billing. Here I am.
And we are in for a good one, as Howie and I were just talking about. Two teams right at the top of the conference standings.
Yeah.
The huge storied rivalry, of course, between the Cardinals and the Bengals, and a big event outdoors.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be totally different conditions, and we'll like to see how the players handle the puck bounce around a little bit more than they're used to, and just see how it all plays out.
Well, Jared, let me ask you a question. A team like Coon Rapids relies on a lot of speed and a lot of athleticism on the ice. Will this ice affect that game a little bit? It's going to be maybe a little different surface than they're used to.
Well, as you look, they didn't flood it. They went around and they scraped the snow off, so that's good. But you can see a lot of ruts out there from earlier skating, so the puck will hop a little bit. It might affect the more skilled players, so it might be more of a grinding game this day, and we'll see how that plays out.
And we'll have to see how the nerves affect the girls and how quickly they get used to the outdoor environment and those nerves. The puck drops on the first ever Outdoor Classic next, live on CTN.
There's a monster in my bathtub. There's one on the couch. There's a monster on my bed.
Keep innocent things from triggering an asthma attack.
Please make the monsters go away.
Learn how to stop their asthma attacks at noattacks.org.
Back at Phelan Recreation Center, Cardinals and the Bengals just about ready to get this one underway. The much anticipated Outdoor Classic. There's a look at your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Bengals, Kirsten Falk, Brittany Thunstrom, and Brittany Palmer on the wings, Sam Swanstrom and Aaron Harper on the blue line, Tara Hoverstad between the pipes. For the Cardinals, Rachel Bonham between Amy Schlegel and Brenna Paskey, Danny LeBeco and Sabrina Hertog starting at D, Crystal Amenrud, their keeper.
Well, this has been definitely a much anticipated match, our game, Jerry, and it's exciting. I don't think you guys ever did. Well, you may have way back in the day played out there, but not when you were coaching, certainly.
Well, no outdoor games, but it's a nice thing to see once a year to have somebody from the conference come outside and play. And if you're lucky enough to come out and play, like they have Hockey Day in Minnesota coming up where they have all the outdoor games up north. I think it's in Moorhead this year. So it's a good opportunity for everybody to come outside, especially on a nice day like today. Yep. It's beautiful out here.
And talking to head coach Jessica Christofferson about it a little bit before the game, she said it's not the first girls' high school hockey game outdoors, but there have only been a handful.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, the key, I think, Joe, right away is you want to dump the puck in, and you want to see how it bounces around off these nice wooden boards, and you see if you can get any turnovers early on and tuck one by the goalie, who might not be used to playing with this kind of a sight line outside.
Bengals controlling off the opening puck drop, played into the Cardinal end by Palmer. Hertog will play it back behind for LeBeco. Skips past her up along the near boards. Palmer trying to break it up, but Schlegel able to gain control. Skates to center, into the zone, a shot, and it went high and wide of the mark. Played behind the net into the near corner. And now back behind for Aaron Harper. Harper circles back as she's chased by Paskey. Plays it along the near boards for Palmer. Gets it out to center. Schlegel nearly took me out with her stick.
That's right. Got to watch that today. A little different out here.
I'm loving it.
And you have to be careful what you say about the players, Joe, because they may try and take you out over there.
Schlegel, a little half shot in on Hoverstad.
That's okay. Shoot when you get a chance.
Played all the way down. That should be icing. And a faceoff coming back at the Blaine end.
Yeah, it is.
Jerry, I think this could be a momentum thing. I think the team that scores first here is really going to gain a lot of momentum in this game. And, I know that scoring first is always important, but holding the lead is just as important as well.
Well, in a game that has the consequences of today, you do want to score first, but you got to remember you have to play 3 periods.
Tie up off the draw, Sert trying to get a stick on it. Rust flips a backhand toward the net. Bengals trying to clear it away. Rust hacked at it again. Harris chases it down in the corner, pursued from behind. Surt trying to get it out of the corner. Played out in the slot. It bounced over the stick of Addie Rust. Played back to her in the corner. Rust fanned on it a little bit. Stick check by Shaber.
Good idea by Addie. She had her head up. She was looking for the pass. It wasn't there, but that was good. She had time. A lot of time. Got to turn that puck up quick and look and find the open player. There you go.
Walter playing it up the near board to Surt. Knocked off her stick. Recovered by Tronson. And they're going to call this one offside on the Cardinals. Good play at the blue line. Hard to see the lines here.
What lines? They're white.
So it's going to be
white. And
well, the neutral zone is so short.
Yes, it is. It's tight out there. Not a lot of room to regroup, get it, dump it in. Early anyhow. See how that goes. Blaine is doing that. They're trying to just dump the puck in.
Lebeco and Zebro tied up behind. Tronson tried to play it off the glass. It doesn't work that way when it's chain link.
That's a whole other issue. That's right. That's still in play.
You have to learn the bounce, I think.
Played around to the near side. Hanula bumped from behind by Verdick. An opportunity for the Bengals. This shot and a shot by Falk, and it went up over the cage.
Nice save by Crystal. She stood her ground.
And a great opportunity for the Bengals here early with a nice look right out in front.
Yeah, they had open player in the slot. You don't want that.
Bonna pokes it to center. Schlegel can't get it past Harper. Now played back into the Bengals zone, and Hoverstad's going to cover up and get a faceoff.
Yeah, Blaine's smart. They're getting the red line, and they're trying to just dump it in and get pressure on the Cardinal D and get some turnovers. You see Blaine here at that nice open player in the slot. Nice shot, and Crystal was there to make the save.
Face-off to the left of Hoverstad. Bonna and Falk on the draw. Falk wins it to the corner. Schlegel trying to get a stick on it. Puck comes free to Thunstrom. Thunstrom in his shot. High save, rebounded a goal, and the Bengals take the first lead.
A little bit of a defensive lapse, Jerry, by the Cardinals, allowing to a goal.
Yep, quick turnaround there by Blaine. Saw a little open space, moved the puck up the left side, and down they went. Nice shot. Crystal made the nice first save on Brittany's shot there, but the rebound was there. No one was able to take the shooter. You see Brittany coming down the left wing now. She has some time, takes her shot, follows her shot, and was able to get to the rebound before anyone was to tie her up. So the Blaine gets that first goal.
And I think the key was from Thunstrom was to stay with that, as you mentioned. That was just opportunity. She got the good look, a second chance.
Yep, goal scorers follow their shots and get that second opportunity.
Burdick playing it behind the net for the Bengals. Harper played it up the wing. Pass broken up by Bonna momentarily. Now played it to center. Swanstrom dumps it in deep for the Bengals. Ammon behind her own net will get it back. And this one tipped up out of play. Face off from the Coon Rapids end.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the one thing you have to be concerned if you're standing close to these boards is flying pucks
or sticks.
Or sticks.
Well, Joe has to get out there to call the play, so he's right on the boards, and we can.
I'm hanging over the boards. I'm going to be a factor in tonight's game somehow.
That's your job, Howie, to catch any pucks coming Joe's way.
As long as it's not a New York Jets type of incident, we'll be okay.
Yeah, right.
Tie up off the draw. Rust able to play it into the corner. And now along the boards for Lebeco. Her pass under the stick of Surt all the way down, and that'll be icing. Another faceoff back in the Coon Rapids end.
Yeah, it's difficult to be pretty on ice. It's a little bit choppy. So again, you want to get that puck, move it up, dump it in. Forecheck.
It'll be interesting to see how the Cardinals respond after giving up that first goal. This Blaine team is just outshot just about every team they've played, with the exception of the Cardinals.
Yeah, right now Blaine's playing very well. They're playing within their system, and they're working well as a unit.
Lebeco swung, and that's a retaliatory penalty. And she was kind of pulled to the ground by Swanstrom.
Yep.
And then she's going to get the penalty for taking Swanstrom into the boards. A little bit of frustration.
Always get that second one, and now here comes that power play, and Blaine scored against Andover the other night on their power play, I read. So they have a good power play, and the Cardinals, as you told me, the first game gave up some power play goals to this team, so they have to kill this one off.
4 power play goals.
Well, the first key from Coach Christopherson was stay out of the box.
Yeah,
we're going to see how the penalty kill unit responds.
Yep, that's right.
So the Bengals on the power play. Puck kick free, controlled by Paskey. Paskey will skate it to center and into the zone. Knocked off her stick, recovered by Bana. Knocked off her stick, back to Paskey, kept in at the line by Hertog. Harper recovers in the near corner for the Bengals. Sidesteps Bana. Falk will pick it up as she enters the Coon Rapids zone, taking it deep, poked away by Wolter. Wolter trying to tie up in the corner, can't do it. Swanstrom coming back out. Her pass tipped, kept in by Harper. Flip back into behind the net. Brittany Palmer leaving in the corner. Hertog trying to get it out, broken up by Thunstrom. She'll flip it in on the backhand. Falk recovers behind the net, picked up near side by Swanstrom. And here's Falk. Falk looking to get it out front. And whistle blows for someone in the crease. I think it's hard to see the blue line. Imagine trying to see the crease.
Try to see that.
There is a crease?
Yeah, when you're standing right next to the goalie in that little area, I guess they'll call that.
Well, the girls from the JV team are saying there is no crease.
There is no crease.
It's the goaltender, so she would know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's ref's discretion then. If she's crowding the goalkeeper,
there's going to be a lot of that.
They're going to take it back out to the neutral zone. Schlegel whipping it around the boards.
That's the way to do it.
And Verdict will track it down inside the Blaine blue line. Nice touch passing, but it didn't click. Harris controls and plays it back to the other end.
Yep,
Rust pressuring there on Swanstrom along the boards, comes away with it, sends it toward the net. Hoverstad's going to cover it up. No whistle, she'll clear it. Swanstrom skating with it to center. Her pass broken up. Bengals able to play it into the Cardinal end. Hammond off the boards all the way down.
That's the way to do it. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just get your head up, find an opening, put it down.
Schlegel flips it back in again.
Not allowing Blaine to come down and set up. That's
just about 10 seconds remaining on this power play. Bana picks it up. Skating into the zone. Cuts to the slot. Toe drag. Backhand. Penalty coming up against the Bengals. They hauled her down. The Cardinals get their penalty killed, and now will go on a power play of their own.
Very good. Nice rush by Rachel. She was able to just let those defenders keep backing. Let them back. One falls down a little bit. And able to split them, get there, and gets hauled down. Good patience, staying with that puck. Good, strong on her skates, good knee bend, and they had to haul her down.
One of the things Coach Geider said is he will not shadow Rachel Bonnie. A lot of teams tend to do that. He says they feel that they lapse defensively.
Yeah.
They want to make sure they watch the puck, not get fooled by the toe drag. So there's some things that the Bengals know about the squad, obviously.
Schlegel's shot is blocked. Bana recovers, knocked off her stick. Kept in at the blue line by LeBeco, but she closed her hand on it. A face-off all the way back in the Coon Rapids end.
Crowd didn't like that so much, but oh well. Keeps them warm by doing a little bellowing once in a while.
Well, you have to. You have to keep the blood flowing.
Nice crowd, man. The people around the back sides, and it's good.
The smart ones staying behind the fence so they don't get hit by any flying objects.
LeBeco skating up the far boards into the Bengals zone. Spinning into the corner. Behind for Bana. Out to the point for Schlegel. Schlegel back to Bana on the midboard. Bana. Troubled. Plays it back into the corner for Panua. Behind the net. Out to the point for Schlegel. Across for LeBeco. LeBeco will shoot through traffic. That's blocked. LeBeco able to keep it in at the blue line. Flips it down low to Rust on the backhand. Back up top, LeBeco winds, fires, the save made by Hoverstad.
Hoverstad's good, stood her ground.
Played up the boards, kept in at the line. Schlegel stepping up a shot up over the cage.
Carter's doing a good job of controlling.
LeBeco with time, winds, fires, tipped out front, and Hoverstad able to hold on. Michelle Harris introduced to the ice.
Good. Cardinals able to get some nice shots from the point. Crashing that net. See here,
Well, and getting the pressure, Jerry, is important.
And look at that, right where you belong in front. That's what happens when you're in front sometimes. You get knocked down, but it's good to be standing in front of the goaltender. That's how you get those rebounds.
Face-off comes out to Hertog. Quick shot. Hoverstad the save. Falk recovers for the Bengals and plays it back and out to neutral ice. Cardinals at center. Tipped away from Sert. Wolter trying to play it into the zone. Harris trying to help it along the board. Trying to move it out front and kind of fanned on the pass. Cleared out by Palmer. Knocked down by Hertog at center ice. Here's Palmer again with it. This time she'll get it all the way in on Amundrud. Left there for Hertog. Hertog near side for Tronson. Tronson cross ice. Wolter into the zone. Leaving it off for Brenna Paskey. Paskey trying to get around the side on Ullman.
And a whistle.
And the puck ended up on a play.
Huh.
I think.
You think, yeah.
The ref just got it back.
There you go. Now you see what we have to look behind there. We have all these nice people standing there down our sight line. So Joe is brave enough to get right up on the boards. We may have to keep an eye on him here.
I'm hanging over the boards
you
at
are.
times.
Joe likes to be right in the action.
Well, the Bengal power play, or Cardinal power play, will end at the puck drop.
There it ends.
Bonna able to poke it ahead, played back to the Cardinal end by Shaver. Lebeco near side, got away from Bonna. Shaver couldn't handle it. Paskey racing in. She tried to go short side. Played back behind by Schlegel. Flung up the near boards. And
must have been a hole in the board somewhere.
I'm wondering.
It's over here. It's to your right, Joe. Outside.
There's
of the
a
rink.
door. They gotta close the door, apparently, in order for the puck to stay in play.
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
But that's actually
You
fortunate
should
for the
get a half a
Bengals
goal
because
for
that
that.
was a
You should get
throw.
a half a goal.
They threw it up the boards, and Lebeco would have had all day to walk in and take off a good shot. Bonna trying to spin, but her shot attempt blocked. Schlegel recovers behind, trying to walk out front. Loose puck. Bonna puts it into the traffic. Paskey tips it out. Ammon is shot. That's deflected wide to the near side. Bonna poked at by Lebeco to keep it in the zone. Flips it in on the backhand kick to the corner. Paskey will play it there. Hops away from Falk. Bonna fanned on it. Schlegel poked it toward the net. Bonna in the corner now. Trying to skate toward the top of the circle. Her shot blocked again. Lebeco keeping it in at the blue line. Now hopped over her stick. Still keeps it in the zone. Bonna circling, finding some room. Dangling, looking out front. The pass doesn't click. Harris,
great shift,
flicks it back behind. Scooped up there by Zebro. Excuse me, that's Harper along the near boards.
Grab the stick there. That should be a penalty on the Blaine player.
That is going to be
the stick and throwing
a
it.
Penalty. I think they're going to call it on Schlegel for hooking.
Oh my! Well, then it should go both ways because you're not supposed to grab the opponent's stick and throw that. So.
Yeah, that.
Now the Cardinals are going to have to kill off another penalty here.
So the Bengals with a second opportunity on the power play. And this one skipped right through the legs on Swanstrom all the way down. Drawback, of course, to when that penalty came is that some of the best penalty killers were out on the ice at the end of a long shift.
Yeah, that was a very nice shift for the most part for the Cardinals. They had a lot of good pressure.
Burdick chased behind her own net, plays it far side for Swanstrom. Swanstrom skates to center for the Bengals.
No.
Walking right through the zone, backhanded a goal.
Yep.
Katie Swanstrom walking one end to the other.
Yep.
And the backhanded power play goal that put the Bengals on top 2-0.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead. Well, what happened on that play was the Cardinals had her well contained. There are 4 players that she had to go through, but all 4 Cardinal players fish for the puck. You see them all there reaching, standing flat-footed, and in she goes. And 2-0 Blaine.
And that's a huge goal.
Yeah.
You go up 2-0 now, and granted there's plenty of time left in this game, but Cardinals dug themselves into a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, they have so far. A lot of game left, though.
Yep.
Manula moving it ahead for Tronson, who plays it in deep. Stopping up behind the net is Harper. Tronson ran into her there. Along the near boards, kept in by Lebeco. And out of play. Oh, yeah, there's no glass there.
Yeah, there's no glass. Yeah. You gotta make sure you're out of the way.
Lots of stoppages in play. That's the tough part about playing outside with no glass around the whole rink. You get a lot of stoppages.
Well, there's still plenty of time left in this opening period, Jerry, and I think it's important the Cardinals trying to get at least a goal here before the break.
Yeah, they just have to put the pressure on like they did before they had that penalty.
Lebeco from the point, a fluttering shot, saved by the shoulder of Tara Huberstead.
You know, I think the Cardinals certainly they've been outplaying the Bengals in this first period outside of a couple of defensive lapses that have led to a couple of goals.
That's right. Yeah, they've had some real good play in the Bengal end. See here, win the draw. That's good. Get back to your point, and then everybody's doing that because right by that player's face there was.
Ammon a quick shot. Huberstead another save.
Hubersted's been busy, but she's been good. She's stopped every shot so far. She has a pretty good save percentage. I think it's like 9-13 if I remember
it is
right.
Correct.
Well, today
it is
it's
correct.
100%.
Yeah, it's 100% today. You can't get much better than that. That's right. What do they do? I know you have it somewhere. Huh?
I do.
If
It
you
is.
get your fingers to work.
It
there you
is
go.
9-13. Yep, she has a 2.04 goals against average.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
Nope.
Thunstrom able to get through a
There
poke
comes
check
another penalty.
attempt, and Ammon's going to go for the check, and just like that, the Bengals back on the power play.
Well, as you told me before the game, the Cardinals are a heavily penalized team, and they'll have to start getting over that because with about a week left in the regular season, penalties will get you in the end. So you have to stay out of the box.
Yeah, and you look at the importance of these next few games, and really they have to figure this out now. They can't continue to take a lot of penalties, and obviously it's led to one goal already, and hopefully the Cardinals can kill this one off.
Well, it really wrecks their flow. 5-on-5, they're playing really well. But yeah, when you just have to keep going back into your special teams, don't get everybody into the play, and you don't get to rotate your lines.
Well, Steve Geider told me that taking advantage of opportunities is really important for his squad, and they've done that.
Yes, they have.
Hertog keeping it tied up in the corner, comes free. Bana comes out of the group with it, racing down 1-on-2. Round one,
There's a check.
knocked off the puck, no call.
It's amazing how it's called still.
Some things don't change, do
Some
they, Jerry?
things don't change, exactly.
Walter taking Harper into the boards in the corner. Harper a little slow to get up. Played back to the point. Shot broken up out front by Hertog. Falk tips it off her stick. Played around off the cage. Bana had it knocked off her stick. Now able to play it out to center. Stopped up there by Verdict.
Offside a little bit there. Player probably didn't know where the line was, and that is understandable.
Well, as an official, you obviously look down at the ice rather than across at the boards, and you can see the lines on the boards, but when you're looking down at the ice, you're not really sure.
No, you're not sure.
Not sure if it's a haze or something from the sun, if the sun were out.
That's right.
I was going to say, what sun?
Yeah, extra snow.
If the sun were out.
Lebeco playing it all the way back to the Bengal end.
That's good, smart play.
Ross pressuring Swanstrom behind the Bengal net. Swanstrom able to come out of it on the far side. Moves it ahead for Callahan.
There you go.
Cardinals play it behind. Schlegel plays it all the way down.
Yep. Good, smart play. Head up, find your partner who's open, catch the puck, put it down there.
On pass back for Shaver, broken up by Schlegel. Eng back to Lebeco, and Lebeco will play at the length of the ice as the penalty to Ammon expires. The Cardinals back to full strength, so Bengals not really able to do much with that power play opportunity.
Yeah, very important kill.
That was a huge kill for the Cardinals because they could not give up another goal in this first period.
Zebro had it knocked off her stick. Bengals able to force it down in on Amanu. Kind of bounced in.
Right over her stick, hit her pad. Good job keeping her body in front of that.
Out of play, just to our left.
Well, that's why you have to shoot the puck. You just have to shoot the puck every time you get a chance. You don't know how it's going to bounce or hop. And those are tough ones because all of a sudden you think it's going to hit your stick and it hops up 6-7 inches in the air.
Harris able to poke it into the corner for Coon Rapids. Surt behind the net, rubbed off the puck.
That's it. Keep it in. Every chance you get, hold the line.
Kuczynski playing it behind for the Bengals. Pass broken up at center ice by Wolter.
There's a nice collision right in front of us there. Doesn't look like a check, but it wasn't called. But
I don't know if I've ever seen you move that quickly again.
Pass from Surt is broken up. Now gets to Harris. Harris into the zone, flips a little backhand in on Hubberstead. Easy save made. Thunstrom takes it behind her own net.
Line change.
Plays it near side. Turned around by Hertog. Thunstrom retreats to the corner. Pressured behind the net. Puck bouncing around. Bonna can't control. Played up the near boards. Kept in by Hertog. She has to flip it up. Bounced over Bonna's stick. Recovered down low by Harper. Harper circling in the corner. She lost the handle. Here's Bonna. Bonna, a shot that's tipped up and over and out of play.
Well, Cardinals, they're fighting back. They're trying to get some opportunities, getting some zone pressure. They'd like to get that first goal. Blaine doing a nice job getting sticks on shots and getting after people on rebounds and covering up for their goaltender.
And I don't even think zone pressure has been their issue. They've been doing it well all period long. It's just they have been able to take advantage of those pressure situations.
Bonna off the face-off. A shot that's deflected just wide. Swanstrom plays it ahead, bounces away from Sam Swanstrom, but she recovers into the zone. Knocked off her stick by Lobejko, recovers in the corner. Still battling for it. Plays it back behind. Paskey will be the first one there. Pressured by Katie Swanstrom. Plays it back to the corner for Ammon. Ammon tied up there with Johnson. Plays it behind for Lobejko along the near board for Schlegel. To Bonna at center ice. Bonna, the shot. Rebound. Paskey trying to get a stick on it. Played into the far board. Swanstrom plays it back out to center. Lobejko dumps it right back in.
Away.
Harper turns away from the pressure, fans on a pass, now gets it through to Sam Swanstrom. Swanstrom ahead to Swanstrom, bounced off her stick. Sam Swanstrom again plays it into the Cardinal zone. Bonna, cross ice pass. Harris can't control it.
Nice stick, so the crowd almost got that one there.
War move. First shot blocked by Wolter. Scooped up by Rust. A 3-on-2 for the Cardinals, catching the Bengals in a line change. Rust taking it right in, and the shot trickles wide. Sometimes, Jerry, you just got to take the shot through the traffic.
Yeah, that's right. And
they're backing right in on their goalkeeper.
Yep.
Don't try and get behind him.
That's right.
Use him as a screen. Surt does, and Hubberstead makes the save.
Absolutely. Use him as a screen, then crash the net, look for that rebound, because more than likely that goalie is not going to see that shot.
1 minute remaining here in the first period. The Bengals holding on to the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, there you see 1-on-2. Good time to take that shot. You got a nice screen set up.
Tie up off the draw right out in front of the Bengal net, but taken away by Palmer. Brittany Palmer into the Coon Rapids zone. Her pass deflected into the corner. Wolter kicks it up the near boards for Schlegel. Trying to get it to Paskey. Paskey tripped up, and there's a penalty coming against the Bengals.
Yeah, that would be a trip, I would think. Stick right in the skate blade. Paskey goes down, her glove flies off.
And it's Brittany Thunstrom getting called for the penalty.
There's the stick sitting right down there in the blade of the skates, and that one hurt a little bit. Well, Cardinals again with a power play. I'd like to get some shots, see if they can get the goal before the period, but if not, they'll have to start the second.
Just 39 seconds remaining in this first period. Rust behind the net. Gets it back from Paskey to Bonna in the near corner. Back out to Schlegel at the point. Schlegel across for Lobejko. She'll shoot through traffic.
Nice shot.
Keeps it in. Winds, fires. Rebound still loose out front, and a goal. The Cardinals and cut the lead to 1.
That was a big goal, and they did it by doing exactly what they need to do on a good goaltender. Shot from the point, traffic in front, rebound, get after it, keep mucking it up, and finally they got it by her. And it looks like Rachel got her goal here to start the day. And there's that nice shot from the point. Look at all the white jerseys in front. There's 1, there's 2, there comes the third one, and bing, and it goes.
Number 7. I think they were going to call another penalty against the Bengals out front.
Yeah,
watch the referee's hand goes up. Then,
well, and if that was going to be a penalty, there is a Blaine player in the box. So then, therefore, even though the goal is scored, how do you call that one?
But, normally if there's not a...
somebody in there, someone should still be in the box if they had a second penalty.
You would think that that would eliminate the penalty that just happened and had not yet been called, but
the one in the box
should not eliminate the one that was already
that's right
in the box, and I think that's what they're discussing with Coach Steve Geider right there.
Yes.
So even with the goal, the Cardinals may still have the power play stretching into the first part of the second period.
Yep, they should have it, and it's just a matter, again, I'd have to look up my rule book, but there should be a second person. Somebody's heading over right now. There you go.
Well, and they're going to put Lachinsky in the box.
So
evidently
less time comes out.
So it eliminates the Thunstrom.
Yes. 2-minute power play.
So the Cardinals, should have a 2-minute power play.
So isn't that nice? They get the first goal, and now they get a power play for 13 seconds, plus the carryover into the second period. So that's a good deal for them. Yeah, they got it sorted out. Good for them.
Vana off the draw, right into the zone, skating around the corner, out back door, and a goal for Amy Schlegel. Just 9 seconds.
How about that? Wow. Well, that's what
this game's all tied up.
It's all tied up. That's what speed does, Joe. Rachel had so much speed going down that left wing. She drew that defender over, and the Blaine defense was not able to cover the back door. And on a nice pass over across. You see it here. Vana looking, and there's the wide open player. Bam, and no mistake. And the Cardinals tie it up. 6 seconds left in the period.
What an exciting finish to this first period of the Outdoor Classic. The Cardinals, a pair of power play goals, just 7 or 8 seconds apart to tie the game at 2. We'll take a break and get some first period reaction right after this.
When you watch CTN News, you'll notice we're different. It's about the people, the places, the stories that affect your life.
We're local. We focus on the local communities, the local issues, and the local stories.
They're the stories that impact you, the stories you won't find anywhere else.
It's the people, the places, and the events that make CTN so interesting.
It's about connecting you to your community, one story at a time.
Welcome back to Lake Phelan Recreational Center, where you're watching CTN's live broadcast of girls high school hockey. We have a good one going here in the first period. The score is tied up at 2. I'm here with head coach Jessica Christofferson. Jessica, I had to change my questions because when I left the booth, it was 2-0. The one thing you did stress, though, is staying out of the box to hurt you a little bit. Talk a little bit about that.
That's just it. You know, we're not moving our feet. We're kind of clutching and grabbing and just not making very good decisions on our own end. And, you know, transitioning through the neutral zone is where we're getting hurt. So, you know, to their credit, they only had a couple of scoring chances and they cashed in on both of them. So that's definitely one thing we got to improve on.
You guys have been so resilient, and coming back with those 2 goals just really changes the complexion of this game. Your thoughts going forward here in the second?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially we've done a lot of work on our power play lately, and, you know, again, for our kids, those guys, you know, they get all the credit. They move the puck. They've kind of set up a few plays they like to run, and they're really getting good at it. You know, we're finally burying some of those pucks that we haven't been.
Excellent. Thanks. Good luck in the second period. And I love the hats. This is great. We're going to take a quick break and be back with stats and highlights right after this.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Back at Phelan Recreation Center in St. Paul. First intermission between the Cardinals and the Bengals, tied at 2, Jerry, and we got a little bit of everything. Cardinals maybe got off to a little bit of a slow start. The Bengals capitalized early, but the Cardinals really came on strong. 2 power play goals in the last 15 seconds of the period.
Yeah, that was a real nice change for them, and I think Jessica really said it well. They're trying to work on their intensity, trying to stay out of the box, but once they got their power play going there, I was impressed because they're moving the puck to the point, which Blaine was giving them because they were down below the dots, and they were taking some shots, crashing the net, and they had good results at the end.
Well, as we talked about, a tight race with just a handful of games remaining. Teams in the Northwest Suburban have 3 or 4 games remaining. A couple of teams, Coon Rapids, Anoka, and Elk River, all have 4 games remaining because of an earlier cancellation. For the Cardinals and the Tornadoes, that game against one another. So as you look at the standings in the conference, you have Coon Rapids and Centennial each with 22 points, but Centennial has already played. They have 1 more loss. Anoka just 1 point back at 21. Blaine, a couple of points behind them. Elk River 1 behind Blaine, and then Andover still within striking distance at 6th place in the conference. And if you look, as you look at the remaining schedules for these teams, some very, very tough and a lot of interplay amongst those top teams. For the Cardinals, 4 games remaining in the regular season, including today. 3 of them against those other top 3 teams, Centennial, Blaine, and Anoka. All 3 of those teams beat Coon Rapids first time around.
Yeah, well, now it's a good measuring stick to see where you're at, getting ready for the playoffs. You have some tough games to get ready, sharpen up your team skills, sharpen up your play, and I think the Cardinals have rose to the challenge here the last 5 minutes. They really started putting on a little more.
Well, in the last 4 games, everyone kind of controls their own destiny because there is so much interplay. So Cardinals in the driver's seat right now entering this final week of conference play. If they can win out, they will be the Northwest Suburban Conference champions. Now let's send it over to Howie Shapiro, who is mingling along with some of the fans here at the Phelan Recreation Center. Howie.
Hey, thanks, Joe. We talked about the great crowd here, and certainly none better than these Cardinal faithful. And, I'm here with Steve Taylor. Steve, talk about just the whole thing of outdoor hockey and you guys coming out here. You brought the grill, you cooked some dogs up. It's just a great event.
It's definitely different. We've been going to the indoor games all season, so getting to come out here and actually grill in the student section, stay warm, it's a lot different. It's a fun experience.
Talk about this girls team. I mean, they've played well, and certainly this game, down 2-0, came back in the last few seconds to tie it up. Talk about how this girls team has been playing this year and how much you guys have had fun watching them.
There have been some great games, like at Irondale, the overtime winner, and we came back when we were down against Roseville, first in the state. They've definitely given us reasons to keep coming back and watching more games.
All right, great, Steve. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back when they drop the puck in the second period.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
Back at Phelan Recreation Center. After a period of play, we're all tied up 2-2 in this Northwest Suburban Conference rivalry outdoors. Started with Brittany Thunstrom getting behind the defense, following her own shot. And then Katie Swanstrom, made it a 2-0 game on the power play. The Cardinals come back late in the period, a power play of their own. Rachel Bono flips it in on the backhand, and then just 9 seconds later, races around the corner, sets up Schlegel at the back door. Jerry, they always say never give up a goal in the last minute. First minute or last minute of any period.
2.
The Cardinals score 2 in the last 15 seconds.
Well, that's a momentum swing.
And I don't know.
Build on it.
It is a Cardinal home game, so Cardinal scorekeepers, they had the shots 11-4. I thought the Bengals got a little more pressure than that.
Yeah, they had zone presence, but they didn't take a lot of shots.
And as you look at the stats, Cardinals favored in every category.
Yeah, 2 for 3 in the power play, 7 power play shots. You have to like that. And what you have to like is the fact that they really stepped it up there. They had a couple of really nice shifts where they had control for at least a minute in the zone and were able to get some opportunities. You keep doing that all game long and it'll pay dividends.
Well, nostalgia may have worn off after the first period. These teams definitely want to get after it now. They know that the conference crown may be going to the winner. The Cardinals and the Bengals. Period number 2 of the first ever Outdoor Classic coming up next live on CTN. Back at the Phelan Recreational Center, the players making their way out of the warming house and back out into the elements to play some hockey.
That's right. The warming house, what's that?
Yeah. We didn't get a warming house at intermission.
That's because we're tough.
Yeah, well, those Ugg boots you're wearing? Something like that you're saying? Their feet are still warm?
They are warm.
Joe's
they are
over here
definitely
doing
warm.
tap dancing.
Yeah, I may have to cut off a toe or two after today.
Yeah, but you're a team player. You'll lose a toe for CTN.
Well,
I know you.
For sure. So we'll start 5-on-5 after the quick power play goal by the Cardinals. And we'll start with it all tied up at 2.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's very important for the Cardinals the first 5 minutes, stay out of the box, get it in the Blaine end, and keep working on their defense and get those turnovers, make the forecheck work, and start getting some more shots.
Well, Jerry, if you're Coach Geiger, what do you tell your squad between periods after being up 2-0 and then all of a sudden not at it too?
Well, it's 0-0. You know, they're not behind, and they have to get back to what they were doing well too. And like I say, they were getting right there, get the red line, dump it in themselves.
Played back up the near boards. Thunstrom controls, flips it up back into neutral territory. Stopped up there. Now played into the zone. Hertog will carry behind the net. Long pass, skips out to center. Stopped up there by Schaber. Schlegel tried to get it to Bana. Handcuffed her a little bit on the pass inside. Blaine plays it back in, right on Amenru. Bana collects it off the boards.
Oh, there's one. Stick right in the leg.
And that will put Coon Rapids right back on the power play early in the second period.
Holly, you know what they used to call that one? They still do. That's the old can opener.
The can opener.
Yeah, the old can opener.
Well,
stick the old stick between the legs and open the can.
I think Coach...
There it goes right there. Whoa!
I think Coach Geiger would prefer to leave that can opener at home because he certainly does not want to start here early in the second period on the power kill.
You're not going to start making the soup analogy.
No,
no.
Okay,
Joe's starting to frown. I can see it.
And Aaron Harper, one of the Bengals' better penalty killers in the box to watch. Cardinals quickly push it toward the net. Burdick plays it around back up the near board. Paskey tried to dump in the corner, kind of fanned on it. Played back out to center ice by Sam Swanstrom. Schlegel into the zone, flips it past Burdick into the corner.
There you go. Use those points. They're open.
Burdick able to take it away. Gets it past Bana and back down into the Coon Rapids end.
Yeah, Cardinals' success was when they went to the points. Blaine's packing it low. Get it up top.
Baco chips it back behind for Bana. Bana turns up ice. And to center into the Bengal zone. Setting up along the midboard. Looking up top for Schlegel. Schlegel back to Bana. Up top with Baco, and she let it slip past the white line.
The imaginary.
Bana.
There you go.
Waits for the zone to clear, try to shoot through the traffic. Swanstrom blocks it up. Big shot by Schlegel, just misses wide. LeBaco poking it back down. Bana had it get away from her, played back down to the Coon Rapids end.
Yeah, so far Blaine doing what they need to. Not letting the Cardinals really set up the power play.
LeBaco playing it up the boards. Nobody there for the Cardinals. Poked back in deep by Swanstrom. Falk and LeBaco tied up in the corner. Schlegel pokes the puck free, picked up by Tronson behind the net. Tronson will play it back to the near side for LeBaco. LeBaco off the board, stopped up by Swanstrom at center ice. LeBacco flipping it the other way. Harris couldn't control it. Tronson into the zone. Emily Tronson trying to feed it out front, looking out front.
There you go, keep looking.
Flip back out and all the way down. Good penalty kill here for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's good. The pressure was there. Cardinals need to get those heads up and make those passes.
Walters play off the board, stopped up by Ullman. Palmer cutting back, knocked off her stick, kept in by Ullman. Bonner recovers the loose puck in front of the Cardinal net. Up the near board.
Ooh, yep, those sticks.
And we're ducking from
Shaving
sticks.
a haircut.
Shot in on Amener, couldn't control the rebound, played to the near board. Bonner plays it ahead. Race for the puck. Paskey going to get there before the icing line, so icing waved off. Played around far corner for Schlegel. Schlegel lost the handle a little bit. Recovers it, trying to poke it out front. Broken up there by Ullman. Kept in at the blue line. Bonner has it tied up in her skates.
Back to soccer skills there.
They're carrying the puck.
Now with your foot. That's an interesting call.
Exactly.
Falk able to dump it in deep for the Bengals. Walter recovers in the near corner. Long cross-ice pass. Here's Michelle Harris into the zone, one-on-one. And Palmer able to, or Harper rather, able to at least knock it off her stick a little bit.
Harper just stayed in her way. Good play.
Kicked free. Callahan trying to play it up the boards. Troubled by Rust. Stopped up by Ammon at the blue line. Harper will wing it back behind the net. Shaber back up the far boards, taken away. Surt trying to get out front, and it played all the way down by the Bengals.
Yep, good try by Surt. She had some room, almost got in.
Here's Surt along the near boards, poked off her stick. And the Bengals will play it all the way down. That'll be icing. 12:20 remaining here in period number 2. We're still tied at 2.
Yep, Cardinals doing what they want to right now in this end. They want to keep the puck down here and keep Blaine on their heels a little bit.
Now the Bengals doing a decent job of killing off this penalty so far, and certainly different than their last one.
Yeah, they did a good job, and now 5-on-5, they got to try to get it going again.
Schlegel trying to center, broken up by Lachinsky. Short angle shot by Bonnet, didn't make it through. Ammon fanned on that one. Thunstrom plays it all the way down. Icing waved off as LeBacco gets to it, plays it back up the near board for Bonnet. Bonnet, long pass. Schlegel trying to get around Lachinsky. Stopping up in the corner. Lost the puck into the near corner. Verdict stopped up by Bonnet. Bonnet right toward the net. Out front, a backhand and a big save. Rebound chance, and that hit traffic. LeBacco from the point, and that hit traffic as well. Thunstrom finally gets it out of the zone for Blaine. And an opportunity for Palmer off the turnover. She just flips it in. The Bengals need a line change. Schlegel poking it into the Bengals zone. Played back up to the near side for Swanstrom. Her cross-ice pass.
What do we have here? Too many white jerseys on the ice, it looks like today.
A whistle was blown, though.
Yeah. A lot of white jerseys, it looked like to me. Yeah, and the box goes open, so the Cardinals are going to get another penalty, and Blaine's going to get another power play.
Well, and that's certainly a penalty that the Cardinal bench says we can't take those kind of penalties with an extra skater on the ice. And there's a little clarification from our officials going on right now, but
well, they're trying to sort it out here and talk it over, and Coach Gustafson's making her case. The thing is with the referee, you got to make that call definitive. It was kind of a half whistle, and everybody kept playing, and then everybody's wondering, what's going on? What's going on? You're going to make the call, blow the whistle hard, and there goes the player in the box.
We heard the whistle, but it was right down by us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was standing right in front of us. Jordan Eng will serve the penalty we are assuming is too many players.
Yeah, it should be too many players. I saw 6 out there for a while.
So Blaine on the power play.
Yeah, even though the player was standing right outside the gate, still you're out there for it a few seconds,
they're going to call it.
You should call that. Cardinals have
shot by Harper was blocked to the near side. Played down low into the corner. Pile up on the puck.
It's a bump, I guess.
It is a bump.
Get a checking.
They're letting them play.
Going again.
Played up the boards, kept in again by Harper. Almost lost it. Able to play it back down into the corner. Hertog fires it up, stopped up by Palmer. Rust able to get it out to neutral ice. Covered by Thunstrom. Thunstrom trying to turn the corner, traced by Harris, who tips the puck off her stick. There's a steal by Bonta, and here's Bonta getting around the defense. In on the
penalty shot or a penalty.
And Palmer is going to get the penalty. I don't see a penalty shot.
Fans are calling for the penalty shot.
Yeah, it was close because she had a step. Because once she got the corner, she had a step. But a good
penalty to take.
Yeah.
Here, look at it here. See, there you go. Player's equal. She's got a step. And
one of the most prolific scorers is breaking in on net. That's the good penalty.
Second penalty for Palmer in this period, however. Both tripping.
They got Harper
and both
when is that the right one?
Yep. Both tripping calls and both for tripping Rachel Bonta.
Well,
so we'll play some 4-on-4 for a while, and then.
That's what makes Rachel so dangerous. She has that speed, and boy, if you don't keep your feet moving, she gets a step on you, she's gone.
Well, my bigger question now is why does it appear that there are two Cardinals in the penalty box? I don't know if Katie Wolter's in the penalty box or just standing at the end of the player's box.
I think she's standing at the end of the box.
Well, you get to stand right next to your buddy. That way you don't feel so bad when you're in the penalty box. You have
console them. You console them, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there you go.
Well, collision between Bengals, and here's Bonta. Yes. She's got Schlegel with her. Across, Schlegel. Shot, big save by Hubberstad.
Nice save.
Right into Hubberstad, too. She just used her body to knock it down.
Yeah, she's a big goaltender. Yeah. She stood up there. They covered a lot of net. Cardinals are getting chances, though. Yep. That's the good thing today.
Swanstrom is shot into the far corner. Lopeko recovers for Coon Rapids. Looking to get it ahead. Long pass for Bonta. Bonta trying to get through three Bengals. Tripped up this time. There's no penalty called.
Yeah, they just got in their way that time, though. It was a good no call.
Yeah, nobody used the stick or a body to bring it to the ground.
Yeah, they had the right to that space.
Or the ice, I should say.
Yeah.
Bengals able to get it back out. The penalty to Eng is over, so the Cardinals with the power play now.
Who's that point?
Or not, because they still only have 4 people on the ice. Here comes their fifth.
Yeah.
Shot goes wide for Rust.
A little disorganized over there. Get her going, kids.
Kept in by Harris. Played back out to center. And Falk able to get it in deep for the Bengals.
Okay, now they can set it up, get things going with 23 seconds, only enough to get in the zone.
Hertog skating in. Luczynski slows her down.
Right, use her body, good.
Hertog getting it back along the boards. Led Wolter a little bit too much, and the Cardinals have to regroup.
Yeah, one thing the players have to remember, pass the puck to that point.
Schlegel lost the handle. Gets the puck back, skates to the slot. Shot goes wide. Recovered by Johnson. Back out to Hertog. Hertog shot, goes wide. Schlegel
there you
back
go.
Out to the point, and that skipped over Wolter's stick. Back out to center ice. Blaine able to poke it back in, and an unproductive power play for both teams.
Yeah, never got it set up.
Best chance for either team during those power plays was Bonta nearly getting in on the shorthanded breakaway.
Oh, right idea. Nice play by Blaine.
Shaver able to break up the cross-ice pass. Verdick plays it in deep. Hertog circling away from the pressure behind the net. A couple of Bengal players back there. Warmuth in the far corner, troubled by Tronson. In to help out is Luczynski. No, take that back. It's Callahan. Played out, skipped off the stick of Zebro. And here comes Jordan Eng for Coon Rapids. Eng through traffic, save made by Hubberstead.
Good shot by Jordan.
Harper's pass skips off the stick of Johnson. LeBeko stepping into the rush. She'll put the shot on, blocker save. Harper behind her own net. Reverses back up the near board. Swanstrom plays it back out to center. Bonner plays it right back in.
Oh, good square play.
Shaver tried to clear, broken up by Bonner. Bonner trying to get through a bunch of stick checks. A backhand and a goal for Brenda Paskey out front. And Coon Rapids has the 3-2 lead.
Well, and that's what happens, right, Holly? You saw exactly what I did. How many players went to see Rachel? All three Blaine players bunched on her. Here, watch it here. See that? She draws 1, 2. There are 3 people around her. That leaves a player wide open and a nice backhander, and in goes.
And give credit to Brenda Paskey just to be in the right position to watch that backhand, and she beat the goalkeeper right there. She's able to put that backhand in a big goal for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, wouldn't you love to play on Rachel's line? Because you get opportunities, because she gets a lot of attention.
She get a little bit, Yeah, she does have the ability to draw a few defenders to her, and that's the thing. She's had that since she started playing varsity
back
at
in 7th grade, I remember. Right.
She had the ability to draw those defenders, but at that point, really didn't know, other than just using her speed and her stick handling abilities to find space to score. That's the only thing she knew how to do. Now she's so dangerous because she has her head up. She can draw those defenders and knows who's going to be open.
Yes, she does a real nice job serving the puck when needed.
Rust spun around at the blue line. Kept in by the Bengals. Swanstrom trying to get it to the other Swanstrom at the back door. Falk, her pass broken up by Rust. Sert skates to center. Trying to get around the corner on Ullman. Played out front. Hoverstad's going to cover up her team a little disorganized.
Yes, they are. Take advantage of that. They're a little on their heels right now. Cardinals have to keep putting the pressure on. Try to get that 4th one.
Well, those 2 goals at the end of that first period really pushed, I thought, the momentum over to the Cardinal side. And this 3rd goal, I think, pushes it over a little bit more. So you're right. I think the Bengals can play a little bit back on their heels a little bit. But they have to continue to play the game that they've been playing.
Hertog with some room shoots. That shot is blocked by Thunstrom. Comes all the way back to the Cardinal end. Hertog ahead for Schlegel. She'll find a little bit of room. Looking to get it cross ice to Paskey. Broken up by Thunstrom. Walter had a stick on it, and Walter will get it back in front of the Coon Rapids net. Tipped off her stick, but Falk lost the stick, and there's a solid, that's 2 solid big skaters colliding. It's not very often you see Katie Walter run into someone else on the ice, and it's Walter that ends up going down.
Yeah, but the Blaine player did leave the ice.
No, Thunstrom is a solid skater to be certain. Bonner circling, has some space, shoots. Save made by Hoverstad.
Good. That's a good shot to take. You're open, you run on the wheel off the top of the circle and use your momentum and shoot it.
Well, and a smart save by Hoverstad to cover up and not let that rebound get up.
Because who was there?
There were a number of players there in white jerseys ready to put that rebound back in.
Paskey there again, looking for another one, wasn't she? That's right, that's good. How you've learned a lot about this game.
That's all from Joe Young.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Joe got me a book, Hockey for Dummies, and I've been about halfway through.
That's your nighttime reading.
I'm about halfway through.
Oh, you're halfway through.
Yeah.
Okay.
After 15 years.
I'm a slow reader.
It's slow.
Puck tied up along the near board. Coming free, Tronson. She's bumped into the boards by Shaber. Still tied up there in the corner.
Yeah, that's okay. Cardinals like this. Eat some clock, keep it in their end.
Hey, they're eating it, buddy.
Coming away with it is Callahan.
Oh, is that stick by your
or
nose
Zebro again, maybe. Ammon taken into the boards just in front of us. No call. Coon Rapids fans.
And the boards are still rattling right in front of you.
Yeah, they're still rattling.
Warmuth dumps it in on the backhand, and Amarud will cover up for a faceoff. 3:46 to play in the second.
You don't always want faceoffs in your end, but the Cardinals were caught in the middle of a line change, weren't quite organized, and I think Crystal did a good job by freezing that puck and getting things organized again. See, Coach Geider, knowing his team's only 1 goal down, but I'd like to see him get the shots on goal again.
Off the faceoff, it's Sert carrying it into the Blaine zone. Bumped by Harper. Swanstrom in to help out. She'll clear it back up the ice. Wolter tracking it down, pressured from behind by Falk. They'll tie up in the far corner. Rust in to help out for Coon Rapids. Thunstrom there for the Bengals. Wolter comes away with it for Coon Rapids.
Snowpile there.
Playing it in behind the Bengal net. Scooped up there by Ullman. Rust can't keep it in at the blue line. Thunstrom sends it into the Cardinal line. And Thunstrom got dumped at center ice away from the play. The Bengal fans
just can't let
right,
that go.
right in front of the official, too.
Oh, somebody got
Thunstrom a pass and a chance. Puck still loose out front. Still loose in that slot area. Comes free. Ullman had it on the backhand. Turning around, Swanstrom fires
this is
it.
old-time hockey.
And that ended up out of play.
This is the way,
bodies all over the ice.
Hockey's supposed to be played, right?
I like it, Joe. Bodies all over the ice.
I'm loving it.
Reminds Joe
And
those days
the
at
Bengals played it
Southwest.
straight out of play. Here's a look at how long does this stay around in that slot area. Just nobody able to get a stick on it. Bodies flying all over.
Well, and the Cardinals are fortunate that a blind player didn't, because there was a good portion of
Well, and Thunstrom was right there around the puck. She's good with it. Nearly able to tie this one up.
Yep, that was close.
Cardinals able to play it in deep. Picked up behind the net by Harper. Loose puck comes out front, kick to the side now. Katie Swanson passing ahead, too far for Callahan. LeBeco plays it back out to center ice, and that's offside. No matter how you read the rule book, if you pick it up at center ice and skate into the zone while your teamate is already there.
No matter what color that line is, it's still offside, right?
I don't think I met that chapter yet.
That's in chapter 8. You're on
I think I'm on 6. So.
That was a pretty. That one was
just
a
got
pretty
icing
easy
down,
call.
didn't you?
Yeah, I did get icing down. I opened the freezer to get a little more ambiance.
You don't need it today.
The offside can be tricky to call here on this outdoor sheet, but that one pretty easy.
Refs are doing a good job. It's tough to call this, that's for sure.
We lost it out of bounds.
Up that hole again on the gate.
I don't know what's going on down there.
Howie might have to check that out for us.
Well, I'll maybe see if I can fill it during the
there could be a little, look for holes in the boards. They do have the dasher down there. That does help a little bit low, but hey.
Shot through traffic, stopped up. Cardinals trying to clear it away, and it got right between the wickets on Aaron Harper.
Blaine putting a little more pressure on the last few minutes.
Thunstrom flips it all the way down, and it went off the stick of Hertog, so no icing as Wolter gets to it. Plays it off the board to herself and with speed through center. Wolter, high shot, and the save made by Hubberstead.
Good rush by Wolter there. That was good.
Well, again, continue to pressure. And then like you said, you never know when something can happen. That puck squirts away, and putting it on net gives the Cardinals rushing down the ice an opportunity.
Yeah, and they get a face-off in the Blaine end. They're able to get the line out they want to win the draw and get a shot.
90 seconds remaining in period number 2. Coon Rapids holding the 3-2 lead. A shot through traffic tip behind the net. Oma moves it ahead near side. The pass now tipped away from Swanstrom, but she's able to play it in deep. Callahan first one there in the far corner. Bana scoops it up, and she's off to the races again. Watch out. She's going to skate right past Verdick. Has a couple of players with her. Schlegel tried to get it back to her. Puck just sat there. Back out to the point. LeBeco shot it right into the traffic. Cleared away all the way down by Johnson. And that'll be icing.
Icing, and the lights just came on. They're getting nice and bright. Look at that. We're going to have some nice lighting here for the third period. The rest of the second. Yeah, that was a great opportunity for the Cardinals. Once again, the defender didn't quite have enough speed backpedaling over there on the left side. And
it's hard to go backwards as fast as Rachel Bana can go forward.
Right. But at that point, she had a lot of time, put it out front, and it should have been goal number 4, but somehow it stayed out.
Well, I think she got it to Schlegel so deep. Schlegel tried to get it back to her, and just not a lot she could do. Here's Hertog shooting through traffic. Deflected to the far board. Harris plays it behind for Sert, trying to settle the bouncing puck. Poked free. Rust had it. Here's Hertog. Bouncing puck through traffic, and a kind of a tough save for Harverstad to make right there.
That was a nice save. Oh,
there's another penalty coming up against the Bengals. 18 seconds left in the second.
Well, the referee was right there, and the stick didn't go down the skate. The player went down, and you have to call that one regardless of the team. So that was a penalty. It affected the zone presence of the play, and Cardinals get 18 seconds here. They got one pretty quickly at the end of the first, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And they have the draw in the Bengal end.
Rust will line up against Johnson at the circle. Now it's Thunstrom. Thunstrom able to win the draw for the Bengals. Swanstrom will just take it behind and try and eat off the rest of this period.
Outnumber or get the puck. There you go.
Bonnet got it out. Got it to Lebeko. Lebeko waits, shoots, blocked. Schlegel stumbling. Poked to center by Thunstrom. And that'll do it for period number 2. The Cardinals get the only tally of the second, and they hold a 3-2 lead as we go to the third. You're watching live coverage of the first ever Outdoor Classic on CTN.
Currently, more than 20 million Pakistanis have been affected by the worst natural disaster in Pakistan's history. The pictures we see coming out of Pakistan are painful images of human suffering at its worst. Americans have always shown great generosity to others facing crises around the world. And I call on you to do what you can.
Oh, this isn't good. I was a gift from him to her. I'm going to the animal shelter, which isn't necessarily bad. I just hate the stigma associated with shelter pets. People will think I bite or that I spray everywhere. They're the ones with problems. I'm totally fine. Adopt me, you'll see. I'm gonna go pack.
I can't even believe you. And she has a mustache.
Welcome back to Lake Phelan Recreational Park, and you've been watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey, the Classic, and this is Coon Rapids 3, the Blaine Bengals 2. I'm here with head coach Steve Guider, the Blaine Bengals. And Steve, you talked about opportunities, and I thought your team in that first period did a good job of taking advantage of those opportunities. Lost a little bit of that momentum at the end of the first, and I think Coon Rapids got a little bit back. Your thoughts on the first two periods?
Well, we absolutely, I thought we played very well in the first period, and then towards the end of it, we had a chance to clear the puck, and we didn't. They had one person back deep. We threw it right to them. They scored a power play goal. Right after that, if we clear the zone, I'd have been 2-0. We'd been happy in the locker room. But it's critical mistakes, and then Rachel, she beat two of our people, and we didn't pick up the backside player coming back, and I think we were feeling sorry for ourselves for giving up the last goal and took a break on the second one. And then the same thing coming out here. They had the momentum going, and we challenged our kids to try to take the momentum from them, and I don't think we did. They're outworking us right now, and we're throwing the puck to them.
This was your idea for this outdoor class, and it was a brilliant one. This is the way hockey should be played. Is this something that's going to be an annual event?
Well, coaching-wise, we're having a great time, and we practiced, and it was fun, and just the sound of hockey is so much better out here. Our varsity was standing here watching the JV game, and everyone was going, God, this is awesome, and, everybody seems to be enjoying it. The score's not how we want it right now, but as far as the experience, it's awesome, and, something definitely consider doing again.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the third period. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with stats and highlights right after this.
This CTN Sports presentation is brought to you in part by Appliance Experts, locally owned and operated, featuring 24-hour emergency service, specializing in all brands of appliances, air conditioning, and in-home heating. Appliance Experts, 763-754-5887, offering home heating tune-ups right now.
Back at the Phelan Recreation Center, 2 periods down in this Outdoor Classic. Coon Rapids getting a goal there in the second period to take the 3-2 lead. Rachel Bonner started it all again. Oh! A good opportunity walking out front, drawing some penalties. She's been everywhere. She's a dangerous player for sure. Good opportunity there, set up Schlegel. And then again, getting into traffic, drawing the defense. Brenna Paskey, the backhander, to put the Cardinals in front 3-2. And they will have a power play as we start the third. The Bengals running around a little bit in their own zone late in that second period.
Yeah, they were, and I think Coach Geider mentioned that to Howie. He thought that his real issue coming up again will be like the first to second. Going into the third now is the challenges kids to play harder because they're going to have to up their effort a little bit, skate harder, and compete for the third period because Coon Rapids has that 1-goal lead.
Well, and I think part of the problem is, the way the game is played on outdoor ice does change it a little bit. The dimensions are a little bit different than what they're used to. But as I've said all season long, this Coon Rapids team, one of the best teams defensively, that plays defensively as a team that I've seen in the years we've been here.
Yeah, they do a nice job in their own end. You see forwards getting back, covering people. The D does a nice job. When they get the puck, they right away start looking to go up with it, either skating in a stride or two or moving it to an open player, so they're not messing around with the puck and causing problems for themselves.
And they keep their opponents to the outside. The Bengals have spent some time in the Coon Rapids zone, but only 7 shots on goal through 2 periods of play, and that's something they will need to address if they want to come back and tie it up here.
Yeah, and that's the key for the Cardinals, too. They know Blaine's going to come out hard because their coaches are going to get after and tell them to come out and win the first 5 minutes, get that goal. And the Cardinals need to just go, you know what, it's time for us to step up, get that 4th goal, and cruise to the end and win this game and get ready for the next one.
Well, it has been everything we expected it to be, a hard-fought battle between 2 longtime rivals. And they've decided to settle their differences on the ice at the Phelan Recreation Center. Third period between the Cardinals and the Bengals coming up next on CTN.
For more simple ways to fight the flu, visit www.flu.gov.
Where's mine?
Oh,
I didn't get an invitation to the
that.
barbecue. It looks warm over there, too.
Hey, they're smart.
Fans having a great time at this first ever outdoor classic. 2 longtime rivals cooking potato chips. Interesting.
Yeah, well.
2 longtime rivals with a lot on the line, but playing the game outside, very exciting. And we talked about it should be a good game, should be a close contest. It has been every bit of that from the opening puck drop.
Yeah, well, again, it's a rival, and both teams would like to win the game. They're playing really hard. And so far, the Cardinals just have been able to sneak in that 1 extra goal. We're close to getting that 4th goal in that second period, and Blaine is happy to be just hanging around 1 goal down rather than 2, that's for sure.
Well, guys, I hate to tell you, I went into the warming house for about a minute or two just to
go?
warm. Well, I was looking to do a little interview, and I couldn't find the person I was looking for. And now they told me to come back here and help support you, Jerry Green.
Well, I was wondering why the frost was off your mustache.
Well, and as we talk about how important this game is, the Bengals right now still do have a chance to win the conference championship, but they have to win today in order for that to happen.
Yeah. Here we go.
And a Cardinal victory would eliminate them from contention. Bana off the opening draw, looking for Schlegel backdoor.
Wide open.
Lebeko keeping it in at the blue line. Played back out by the Bengals. And
what we got here? Another whistle and a point and a point and a face-off dot. Okay, all right. Another thing that's new now, Joe, is if I was out there playing hockey, and the players here know that, the lights are on. So you want to shoot that puck as much as you can, because if you put it up a little bit in the air, too, that light could get in the goalie's eyes. Right. It's a little different. Little things, right, Howie?
Absolutely. The little things are what makes successful programs, obviously. And I think, Jerry, if the Cardinals can get a goal here and go up 4-2, that would be really difficult for the Bengals to come back in this third period, because they need to get some momentum back on their side. It's imperative they score here first in this period.
Schlegel down low to Bana. Looking for Schlegel again, tipped away. Rust recovers on the far boards, down low, got past Paskey. Bana recovers behind the net. She lost the handle. Paskey got it back to her. Bana out to the point. Schlegel winds, fires up high, ends up behind the net. Rust leaves it back behind. Paskey gets it to Bana, back up top, right between the two defenders and all the way down.
No, right idea. Too bad. You got to make sure you get that pass up high to the right person. It's open. Oh.
Waited a little long. Falk collapsed on that one. Played back in by Harper, but Bengals need to tag up. Lebeco skates to center. Bumped as she enters the zone and taken out by the official.
Oh, wow.
This one tipped all the way down in on Amundrud. She'll cover up in front of Falk. About 20 seconds remaining on this power play.
Yeah, here we go. Watch this one.
That's pretty much the definition of a check, isn't it?
Ow.
Yeah,
used a lot of arm. I mean, if you rub
extended
someone,
away, it's extending away.
Yeah, she extended her arm. That should be a penalty, really.
Yeah.
But already down a player.
Use the referee to your advantage there, too.
It's the little things, Jerry, right?
Yeah, that was one of the little things. It wasn't so little for the player that went down, though. Ow. The Baker took a good one.
Hertog getting it ahead. Back to the near side. Surt cutting out front. And another Bengal penalty coming up. They allowed the Cardinals to get behind them. And forced to take another penalty as Chelsea Surt was crashing in on the net on the breakaway.
Yeah, Surt was able to watch her get the middle. The Blaine player went to the outside, gave up the middle of the rink, and had to get hauled down from behind.
So,
and the pile goes in the net.
So the Cardinals with a 5-on-3 for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, win the draw and then hold the zone and get things rolling.
Well, Coach Geider talked about his team staying out of the box, and again, a penalty right here and early in this third period, and continue to give the Cardinals advantage. Yeah. He's got to be a little disappointed with the way it started.
To drop on a shot, and that one's saved by Hubberstead.
Big save by Hubberstead. Oh, Cardinals take a bad penalty in front there. That one you don't like to see in the offensive zone on the power play. You got to avoid collisions because that will take care of that one. Will be 4-on-4, I do believe, for a minute 50.
Yep. And the Bengals will get 10 seconds on the power play.
That was a big save by Hubberstead. Yeah. Rachel was all alone in front. She had a nice open shot, and goaltender came up big for Blaine.
Off the draw, Bengals control, back to the point. The shot misses wide for Harper. Recovered by Swanstrom in the corner. She's bumped by Lebeco. A shot out front by Swanstrom. Sam Swanstrom turned away. Schlegel behind her own net gets it to Lebeco. Lebeco will go back to Schlegel. She lost it. Swanstrom trying to play it out front. Nobody there. Schlegel playing it around near boards. Russ tripped up, and here comes another Blaine penalty as Katie Swanstrom came in. Or I take that back. Aaron Harper came in from behind and tripped up Rust along the boards, and now it'll be a 4-on-3 for Coon Rapids.
That's just exactly what Blaine didn't need. They had a nice opportunity there, get a brief power play, and now they go back to the box, and that's...
Well, you don't want to see sloppy hockey at this point of the game, and this is not what either coach wants to see.
Yeah, this is getting a little sloppy.
So we'll play 4-on-3 for a little bit, and then Coon Rapids, then we'll play 4-on-4 for 9 seconds, and then Coon Rapids will have another power play, 5-on-4.
Okay.
Surt lost the handle, poked away from her. Out to center ice, Swilter wins the race as Shaver was contending. Here's Surt moving up ice for Coon Rapids into the zone. Goes to the backhand, slides it in, and covering up is Hubberstead.
Yeah, one thing the Cardinals are doing a little more last few minutes, that's not to their advantage. They're getting a little more selfish. They're having people lug the puck themselves too much. Spread out the rink, 4-on-3, move it around. Get Blaine to get caught in a 2-on-1 situation and knock it home.
Yeah, that's what the Cardinals are at their best, when they're moving the puck and looking for those openings.
Off the draw, the Bengals able to contain it and play it all the way down.
Good play.
Schlegel into the zone. Back looking for Bana. Bana, her shot blocked up along the chain link. Here's Bana again. Shot misses wide.
Set it up.
Bana walking in, winds, fires. Save made by Hubberstead.
And that long rebound as well.
Ends up out of bounds.
Yeah, out of play. 16 seconds left. Cardinals need to try to get that opportunity they want here. Let Blaine hang around. This is a good opportunity to get that fourth goal.
Bana just pushes it right at the net. Tip behind. Blaine trying to clear. Kept in by Bana. Cross ice looking for LeBeko, but that was broken up by Shaber, who plays it all the way down the ice.
Smart play by Shaver, stick in the passing lane. Blaine going to be full strength real soon.
LeBeko carries it in deep. Cardinals back on a power play at 5-4. 5 on 4, I should say. LeBeko stepping up, her shot deflected wide.
Yeah, get a little chippy here and there right now.
Omen bumped a little bit, puck comes loose. Omen able to clear it the length of the ice.
Yeah, it's the Blaine's advantage right now to get a little more physical, let the rest let you play because they're trying to slow the Cardinals down by getting after them.
Walter's pass broken up by Thunstrom, who plays it back in deep. The Bengals back to full strength. We're 5 on 5 with 12:30 to play in the third period. Coon Rapids holding on to that 3-2 lead. Schlegel lost the handle. Thunstrom runs over Bana as she tried to make a cut. Matt Mossy can't quite make the catch in the player's box.
Good try. You see here, getting a little physical. Players bumping into each other. Got to watch out. Got to keep that low center of gravity when you have big players around the alley.
Well, you know, and I think too, if the score stays the same as this game gets to the smaller minutes of this contest, I think it's going to get a little more chippy because Blaine does not want to lose the advantage.
Yeah, and their advantage right now is to be physical. And they're doing everything they can.
Pinched up along the near boards. LeBeko trying to move in the right direction. Harris comes away with it. His shot turned away by Hubberstad. Played out to the blue line. Kept in by Ammon. Amber Ammon backhands in on goal. Got away from Hubberstad a little bit.
Yeah, that's why you shoot.
Verdick tried to play it out. Kept in along the board. Now comes to center. LeBeko will flip it back in. Right back out come the Bengals. LeBeko trying to knock it away from Callahan. Schlegel in to help out, trying to keep it away from Harper, but Harper able to play it in deep. Schlegel, or Ammon rather, leaving it in the corner. LeBeko looking, circling away from Falk. Now playing it up the boards for Schlegel. Here's Bana. Bana with a head of steam through center, cuts, lost an edge. Schlegel recovers on the near board. Schlegel, a tight angle, rebound, still loose out front. Falk controls for the Bengals. Blaine skating to center.
Nice.
And that's icing. Again.
Yeah.
Schlegel did a nice job of camping just outside that net. And looking again for that opportunity in close.
Yeah, it's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Where you score goals, Howie. That's chapter 9.
Yeah. I'll get there.
Eventually.
There. Give me maybe by spring. Okay. Yeah, maybe summer. I'll get there.
Right.
By next season.
Well, next season I hope to have it finished.
Okay, good.
I'm going to accelerate my process.
Then you can give me the book Basketball for Dummies.
Hertog keeping it in at the blue line. Her shot just misses wide. Rust playing it back out for Sert. Sert trying to wheel back out front. A rebound still loose out front. There's the whistle. Bodies flying all over in that crease area.
Oh my.
Well, that's dangerous. We saw one in the second period with the card in front of the Cardinal goaltender. This time, the Cardinals trying to pound it home in front of the Bengal net.
There you go. Here you go. Crash the net. Get there. Get the shot. Another opportunity. Goalie's holding her ground. And puck stays out of the net.
Tie up off the draw. Harris comes away with it for Coon Rapids. Looking to center. Rust was tied up out front. Going the other way is Zebro.
Good hustle.
Surt able to back check and take the puck away. Bengal fans wanted a call, won't get it. Hertog looking up ice for the Cardinals.
There you go.
Gets to the red line, dumps it in deep. Bengals with lots of time to break it out, but the pass doesn't click, and that
is not icing.
How is that not icing?
Well, it wasn't.
Okay. LeBako sidesteps a defender out front, skates into the Bengal end. Shot right on, blocker saved by Hoverstead. Recovered by LeBako in the corner. Blaine trying to clear and does get it out to center. Amber Ammon. And I thought she waited for her team to clear, but I don't see the lines as well as those
on the ice?
in stripes.
Or standing over them?
Well, if you're right on there, you can look down and see it. Yeah, the good thing about that, LeBako made a rush, but she had a teammate take her place and cover the point. You want to make sure you don't get an odd rush.
Schlegel with a steal in deep. Looking back door, but doesn't quite click with Brenna Paskey. Bonna keeps it in at the blue line. Nice sidestep. Steps in, a shot. And Paskey was being buried in front of the Bengal net, but I guess they say she was already in the crease area, so faceoff going to come outside the zone.
See it again if she was able to, if she was in the crease.
Oh yeah, she was backing in. I see now. When I originally saw it, I wasn't really watching her, so I thought Ullman took her into the keeper, but yeah, she just kind of.
I like the attitude though.
Back straight into
the goalie. She's right where she needs to be.
Absolutely, maybe a little too close.
A little close, but I like the attitude.
You need those players to stay right there.
Yeah,
definitely fight for those garbage opportunities.
Definitely right in front of the keeper.
Well, you can't see the crease. It's not really far.
Schlegel bumped off and a pass out front, a tip and a goal! And the Bengals have tied this one at 4.
Yep, that was one of those. You just take a shot, it hits somebody, and the redirection goes in the net.
Tied at 3. Sorry.
That's all right. You got excited. You thought it was 4 because we thought there'd be a 4th goal by the Cardinals the last few minutes. And Blaine, that's what happens. You hang around.
You talk
all
about
of a sudden one bounce and it's tied up. Watch the shot.
Yeah, you talk about a big goal for the Bengals, and they needed that to stay in this game. But just down by 1, but
nice tip.
Momentum all there.
Yeah, I'll give it to her. Nice
Great tip by Sam Swanstrom out front has tied this game up. And that was one where the Cardinals tried to clear, didn't get a lot on it.
Yep.
The defender just took the shot. Had a player out front, deflected it just enough. And now we're tied at 3.
Well, Blaine they rose to the challenge. They're working hard this period.
Yeah, we'll see what that does to the Cardinals. See what the momentum shift a little bit over to the Bengal side now.
Callahan flipping it out of the zone for Blaine. Recovered by Wolter just inside her own zone. Flipped ahead. Pressuring on Burdick and puts it right in on Hoverstead.
Good hustle.
And a good individual effort from Katie Wolter. And she kind of put Burdick on her seat. Bengal fans wanted a call, won't get it.
Yeah, just a great job to get to the puck, and there's the opportunity. A little acting.
Well, yeah.
Well, but it looks
you're coming
like
over to hit her.
Kind of initiated the contact. But
stand her way.
Off the draw, Bonna turns. Her shot is blocked. Bengals trying to go the other way. Puck deflected. Schlegel will dump it back in. Pushes it toward the net. Paskey plays it behind. Thunstrom flips it to center for Blaine. LeBako had it tipped off her stick, but gives it back. Thunstrom now. Looking for Swanstrom. Broken up by Schlegel. Schlegel carrying into the corner. Tied up there. Taken away by Swanstrom, who plays it to the far side, and now tipped out to center ice. Hammond with pressure on. Falk right behind her. Gets it back to center. Paskey tipped it. Bonna plays it into the zone. Played back off the near board. Here's LeBako walking in. Her shot goes wide. Eng can't control it along the boards. Bonna keeps it inside the zone, trying to skate through the middle. Loose puck. Eng shoots wide.
Hit that net.
LeBako keeps it in at the blue line, and that one, I think, hit a fan as it was flipped down along the near board.
7:29. Cardinals with some good pressure there, trying to respond to that Blaine goal.
Yeah, that's actually what they need to do is respond, and I think that the coaching staff would like to see them respond fairly quickly to get that momentum back and get that lead again.
Yeah, just keep dumping it in, keep putting the pressure on, do the things that have been working for you today.
Eng forcing the action into the Bengal zone. Blaine able to play it back out. Herzog fanned on it. Able to keep it in along the near board, or at far board. Pass near side. Walter flips it back out to center. Holman with it for the Bengals. Trying to skate up to neutral ice and able to dump it in deep.
Rush.
Walter will get there. Plays it up the near boards to Hanula. Her pass through center, a little too far in front of Jordan Eng. Turned away around by Ullman.
Line change. Here you go.
Hanula will dump it in deep. Coon Rapids will finish its line change.
Yep.
Falk has it flip over her stick. She got it back. Falk a shot and right into the midsection of Crystal Amundsen.
Yeah, good break by Blaine. Almost had a nice opportunity to come out of the neutral zone again. Got a quick pass, got up there, got that shot.
And a good job by Emery to hold the puck in because there was a trailer there that was right, would have been right there for the rebound.
That's right, absolutely. It was a good play. Freeze that puck.
Face off to the right of Crystal Amundsen. 6:41 remaining here in the third. Draw taken into the corner, flipped behind by Lebeco. Harris on the far board, bumped by Thunstrom. Kept in at the blue line by the Bengals.
Good job.
Lebeco flipping it up the boards again, stopped up by Thunstrom.
Good
defense by Surt there to take away the shot by Harper. Harris trying to get it to Surt. Pass was a little long. Here's Verdick behind her own net up the near boards for Sam Swanstrom. Stopped up by Surt and played back into the corner. Harper dumped Surt. Still battling now with Michelle Harris. Flips it with her hand. Gets it ahead. Here's Sam Swanstrom skating to center for the Bengals.
That's it. Take her stick away. Watch out, though.
Flips it in on the backhand. Bengals fans wanted a call as Bana bumped Swanstrom off the puck. Walking in, Bana lost the handle. In close, a chance for Paskey, but the door is closed by Hubberstead.
Hubberstead holding her ground, doing a nice job of just gathering in that puck.
That was a good opportunity.
That was a great opportunity for the Cardinals.
As the Blaine fans were wanted to call against Bana, watch what happens to the Cardinals star. That, I'm pretty sure, in most definitions, is a check. It's pretty solid. She finished it. She took her right to the ice.
They're letting them play.
Let's go. We're outdoors. Rule books are
classic.
Our frozen shut.
That's right.
Schlegel upended. Bengals got the puck back out to center, but Coon Rapids played it back in deep. Here's Ullman moving it ahead. Swanstrom had it knocked away by Herzog and then gave Herzog quite a shot.
Yeah, it's getting physical. They're letting them play, and the players say, well, we'll get a little more and a little more physical.
Assistant coach
Swanstrom backhands it out of the zone.
Matt Mossy let the official hear about it after that hit.
Near side, Schlegel dumps it in. Bengals able to break it out to center. And that's a high stick. Face up back in the Blaine end. 4:50 to play.
4:50. Okay, game on. Keep your line changes going. Keep your shift short, and make sure you have people back. Make any mistakes.
Yeah, this is obviously the point of the game where either team can ill afford to make a mistake.
Want to win the draw? See what you can do there. Get a shot. If you lose it, make sure you cover players. Especially this weak side.
Thunstrom takes it behind her own net. She'll carry, trying to get it ahead to Swanstrom. Tipped off her stick. Thunstrom had it momentarily. Lebeco able to force it back into the Bengal end. Lachinsky playing it behind for Blaine. Harper backs away from the pressure. Now tied up in the corner. Harper comes away with it. Aaron Harper to center. Poked off her stick by Addie Russ. She's taken down. No call. The shot by Thunstrom to save, and this time this one the Cardinals will go shorthanded for the penalty out front.
Oh my.
So the physical play does have its limits, and I believe it'll be Daniel Lebeco going to the box for the Cardinals.
It's not good.
One of their top penalty killers.
That's right.
Now this could be the mistake that the Bengals are looking for here with a little over 4 minutes remaining.
See, nice save, and there's the player coming in to get that rebound, and down she went. Yeah, it's a big opportunity for Blaine.
Shot, not much on it. Blocked by Bana. Bana
up over her head there.
Just about decapitated me.
Good thing you're not 6 foot.
Good thing you're short.
If I were 6 foot, I'd have had a puck imprint in my forehead.
Of course, your head's so hard, I don't think it would have done anything.
No, probably not. It's not the first time I'd have been hit in the head with a puck.
All right, be nice now.
Blaine able to get the draw back to Thunstrom through traffic. It was blocked up. Here's Bonner knocking it down and taking off. Bonner shorthanded, trying to make something happen, getting through Thunstrom, poking it in, and Hoverstad is going to cover up. And the Blaine's weak side defender has to be careful because Paskey gets hauled down on this one on the weak side.
Not too bad.
Not as bad as I thought it was initially.
Great thing about replay. It looked a little better there.
Sometimes it can make you look smart, sometimes so not much.
Swanstrom controlling into the zone, bumped off it.
Offside.
Bonne able to poke it outside the blue line, and that's an offside call. And
good call.
Some of the Bengal players looking at both Swanstrom sisters ended up on the ice at the end of that play, and they were both kind of looking to the official, wondering what constitutes a penalty.
Well, it's been going that way the whole third period for the most part. So.
Hertog plays it all the way down.
Good clear.
Thunstrom ahead for Sam Swanstrom, and now to Falk on the near side. Falk watched by Hertog as he takes it behind the net. Looking, gets it up top to Swanstrom. Here's Ullman through traffic, stopped up and played into the corner. And that referee does not blow that whistle with a whole lot of conviction.
I know what it is. His pee is frozen.
It could be that the pee is frozen.
Pee is frozen. He doesn't have an outdoor whistle.
Doesn't he have a spare one in his pocket? Well, an extra whistle or an extra pee?
The extra pee is hard. But a
shove
whistle,
it down.
Right. I've never seen a referee change a pee in a whistle.
There's time and stops to change a pee.
Bengals able to move this one down to the Cardinal end quickly. Ammerud couldn't control the rebound.
That's the thing I remember. Goalies are getting cold hands too.
Ullman's shot blocked into the corner. Played out front and a chance, and that just missed wide. Puck still bouncing free out there, and this time Ullman can't.
Oh, another penalty coming up. I see an arm in the air. I think it's against the Cardinals.
It's going to be against Coon Rapids because the Bengals have the puck.
That is going to be big.
Shot went off the foot of Hertog, and the Cardinals need to touch the puck.
Yeah. Well, that's Cardinals might want to think about their timeout pretty quick. Their penalty killers might be getting tired, regroup.
Well, with 2:30 remaining, there's a little time.
5-on-3 for 16 seconds. Yeah.
Well, this is a big opportunity for the Bengals. 5-on-3 if they can take advantage of it and go up by a goal with such little time.
Well, and then they'll have the power play until there's 30 seconds remaining in regulation.
Yep. Not what the Cardinals needed because Blaine right now has a great advantage to steal the game.
Bonner controls off the draw and plays it all the way down.
Yeah, that was just Will. 1-on-3. She won the battle of the puck and got it down.
Harper through center for the Bengals.
5-on-4.
Loose puck picked up by Walter. She plays it all the way down. Thunstrom will recover behind the net, pressured by Bonner, flips it back behind. Harper out of the near corner. Better watch it. Bonner's right there. Circles back into the corner. Pass doesn't click with Falk. Falk able to take it away from Bonner. Walter can't get it past Falk. Here's Falk into the zone. A shot that misses wide.
That didn't go out of the zone.
Kept in by Thunstrom. Schlegel nearly took it away. Now a shot blocked, and here's Hertog getting it ahead. Schlegel, fresh legs on the ice, turns out of the corner. She's tripped up. Here comes a penalty on the Bengals. Bonner trying to force it in, and he pointed toward the net. I'm not quite sure what the call is. I don't know where the puck ended up.
Where's the puck? All right. Well, evidently it's not in, but it's quite a pile up again. Good effort by the Cardinals.
I believe we've got Blaine going on a penalty. I think they might give Rachel Bana a penalty for colliding with the goalkeeper here as well.
Oh, that would be.
And so the Cardinals were about to get that penalty back, and instead.
Yeah, there's a push. I would say that would be.
That's a foolish penalty.
Incredibly foolish penalty by Rachel Bana. But Thunstrom off the ice for the Bengals as well, but now it'll be a 4-on-3 advantage for Blaine for the next 45 seconds or so.
Yeah, without your best player on the ice.
Got sloppy the last 10 minutes, and that's been to Blaine's advantage. I'll tell you that. That's big right now. Because the Cardinals really haven't been able to play 5-on-5 and use their speed to ice the game. And Blaine has battled hard here to get back in it. And
well, they're trying to determine if these are offsetting penalties or not, and whether they'll be playing 5-on-5.
They wouldn't be offsetting. They're two different calls. It's not
but
two
they
people
are gonna,
go for roughing.
Right, but they're called at the same time, so it looks like they're going to play 5-on-5, except the Cardinals have the other penalty, so they're down 5-on-4 right now for the next 15 seconds or so.
Do we still play overtime?
Next
you're not supposed to utter that word on there.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't read the memo.
It's called the Berlin game.
Oh, that's what it is?
45 seconds, or 53 seconds to be exact. Blaine should have that power play intact, whether it be 5-on-4 or 4-on-3.
Official explaining to both sides.
The joy of the rule book. Need to read that thing once in a while. It does help.
Are you referring to yourself?
Everyone's figured it out. We're playing 5-on-4 still, so the Bengals still have that big, huge advantage until the final 30 seconds of this third period. They lose one of their big pieces in Brittany Thunstrom, but to have Rachel Bana out of the game for the Cardinals is just absolutely gigantic. And a hand pass called, so that face-off going all the way back to the Blaine end. 1:01 remaining in regulation.
Cardinals just want to make sure they get to overtime. Sorry, Howie. They want to get there and regroup and come out and try to win it in overtime.
Well, the Bengals were the team to rally from down in the first meeting.
That's right.
And came back to win in that overtime.
A familiar script. Try to break that.
Holman carries behind her own net. Moves it ahead to Lichinsky. Quick touch pass, and now played in deep by Jordan Johnson. Hertog back behind for Lebeco. Lebeco will clear at the length of the ice. And that should just about do it for the penalty to Addie Russ. And the Blaine power play. There's Schlegel picking off a pass. She's dragged down out front, no call. Cardinal fans calling for it, won't get it.
There's that gap. Don't let her
Verdict.
shoot.
Can't get a clean shot off. Played behind Lebeco, looking up ice. Flips it ahead to Rust. Swanstrom able to keep it in front of her.
Good gap.
Here's Falk shooting. That's blocked. Rust turns it around. Schlegel tips it. Has a little bit of free space. Only a couple seconds remaining, and that's going to do it for the third period. We're having so much fun outdoors. We're going to play a little bit more. Blaine Bengals tie things up in the third period and send this first ever outdoor classic to overtime. You're watching it live on CTN.
Laura says we should start worrying about drinking at these things.
You're only 12.
I know. I'm just glad you know better, sweetheart.
You're too smart for that, right, honey?
Real kids are curious about alcohol. 40% tried by the 8th grade. Talk early, talk often, get others involved.
Back at the Phelan Recreation Center. 3 periods down, and we still have yet to determine a winner between Coon Rapids and Blaine in this first ever outdoor classic. Bengals tying it up. A nice tip out front by Sam Swanstrom midway through the third period. the only goal of that third period, but it's the only one the Bengals needed. And really, coming into this overtime, I think Blaine has the momentum. They scored the last goal. But really, for the most part, I thought they took the game to the Cardinals. They set the tempo in that third period.
Yeah, they did. They outworked the Cardinals. They stepped up their game. They got a little physical. The referees are letting them bump a little more, and they're getting the Cardinals off their speed, and they were able to get the tying goal, and the Cardinals are lucky to get to overtime.
Oh, the Cardinals are a goal-scoring team, so this is an opportunity for them to use that talent, see if they can get out of here with a win.
And a big overtime period ensues. And both teams with their top scorers in the penalty box to start the overtime. Addie Russ turns, shoots, rebound into the far corner. Sert trying to turn off the boards, knocked off her stick, cleared out to center by Swanstrom. LeBayco will play it back in deep.
Yep. Just keep pumping it in their end. Good decision.
Played back out to center. LeBayco pokes at her, recovered by Tronson. She's stick checked off of it by Falk. Ammon plays it in deep.
Yep, that's good. Let them make the mistake.
Swanstrom.
Good pass.
Passes it ahead for Sam Swanstrom. Tipped off her stick by LeBayco. Here's Tronson onto it. Into the zone. She'll take the wrist shot. Knocked down, and Hubberstad will cover it up.
And our two players are on the box. Both teams have a full complement of players.
What the Cardinals wanted to do is get through that opportunity on the penalty kill and kill it off and get back at full strength.
Yep. So Dunstrom and Rachel both go back out.
And Bana, of course, now with fresh legs and maybe a little bit of frustration after taking that penalty. We'll see if she's able to, we've seen her get upset during games before and pretty much just turn it on, and there's nothing that the other team can do to stop her. We'll see if this is that type of scenario.
Yeah, referee, going to talk a little bit about where to line up. Okay. I don't see the circles out there either. Pretty tough.
Or the face-off dot, or any other sort of on-ice marking. Schlegel had it knocked off her stick. Her and Swanstrom both went down. Hertog flipping it back into the zone.
And there's that outside with the light P again. Yeah, you got to be real careful when you're bringing that puck out in your own offensive zones. You carry it up to the point, move the puck up to the point, because you're bringing everybody up, and if the point's trying to pinch at the same time, you all got caught up going the wrong direction, and out comes the break.
Puck bounces back to Katie Wolter at the Coon Rapids blue line. Off the boards, kind of hopped up. Bana pressuring on Ullman into the corner. And here comes Swanstrom the other way. Thunstrom trying to get around the corner. Bump by Hertog. Flips the backhand out front. Too far in front of Falk. Falk tried to play it to the blue line and didn't get much on it. This pass bounces away from Schlegel in on Hubberstad, and she'll cover up.
Yeah, Hubberstad's had a good game. Very smart there.
She has.
Control the play. She's had a lot of saves. She was good in the first game. 41 biscuits came her way. She's had the majority of the shots today on her end as well.
You know, the Cardinals get a lot of opportunities with shots on goal, and Hubberstad's doing a nice job with her play in net, keeping the Bengals in.
Ammon through traffic, misses wide.
Yeah, misses wide. That's a lot.
Callahan can't get it past Sert on the near board. Callahan gets it back and turns up ice for the Bengals. Cross to Swanstrom, knocked off her stick. Staying with it.
Oh no, gave the middle up. Thank goodness the back check.
Cardinals able to break it up. Harris to Rust, and Rust skating into the zone, trying to get past Lachinsky in the corner. Pushed back in deep. Johnson playing it around for Callahan. LeBayco, quick shot, fluttering puck, glove save by Tara Hubberstad.
Yep, that's all right. Shoot it.
Make the knuckle puck.
Hey, those
that can be dangerous.
Yes, they can. Get it up in the lights, let it flutter. Right, Howie?
Absolutely. Any advantage you can have.
Rachel Bonna pushing it back into the corner. Falk trying to get. Wow, there's a penalty. And the Blaine Bengals are going to be shorthanded here in the overtime as Falk. Pretty solid check down in the corner.
Okay.
Not something Coach Geider wanted to see here in overtime as his team go one skater short.
Laid the lumber on her into the wood boards there. Okay. Well, here you see the replay.
And Falk
there
has
it
been
is.
a big part of their team. Here you go.
Bingo. Yeah, that's the old elbow under the chin. Ow. Yeah, the referee was 3 feet away.
That's a solid check right there.
Yeah, Cardinals have to make it pay and end the game here. Get that power play goal.
Bonna setting up on the midboards, trying to walk out. Shot right on. Rebound. Chance behind and a goal. The Cardinals have won on the power play in overtime of this first ever Outdoor Classic.
Well, there you go, Howie. Just as we were talking about, that power play is something you have to take advantage of.
Absolutely.
And the Cardinals put it on net and get a rebound.
Just 10 seconds into the power play, the Cardinals end the game, a 4-3 win, and these two longtime rivals will split the season series. Both teams winning in overtime in what is essentially their home game.
And a big win for the Cardinals to keep their conference title chance alive. They're still in the driver's seat.
They will continue to lead the way in the Northwest Suburban. Now 3 games remaining in their regular season. They play Armstrong on Tuesday, Anoka on Thursday, and then Centennial on Saturday. So Thursday and Saturday will be absolute huge games for this Cardinal program.
Oh, and I'll bet they'll be just as intense as we saw today here at the end. Blaine, give them credit. They really worked hard to get that tie in the third period.
Well, and I thought, even through most of that, we only watched a couple of minutes of the overtime period, but it looked to me that the Bengals had the momentum and the fire in their skates.
Yeah, they definitely did. Just had the penalty that caught them on the end, and the Cardinals take advantage of it.
Well, we'll take a break, see if we can get some post-game reaction right after this. You're watching live coverage of girls high school hockey on CTN.
Welcome back to Lake Phelan Recreational Center, where you just watched a live overtime thriller. Coon Rapids pulls it out in overtime 4-3 over the Bengals, and I'm here with head coach Jessica Christopherson. Jessica, the first annual Classic outdoor game goes in the Winfield. You got to feel great.
Yeah, it always feels good to beat Blaine, but, we put a lot of time into this. The kids are really excited about it, and obviously the revenge factor and getting some payback for last time. This was a big day for our kids.
And maybe even more important, well, obviously the win was important, but in fact it keeps you at least a half a game in first place with just 3 left in the season before the section.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be the toughest week. We have 4 games between today and next Saturday, and 3 of them were the teams that beat us the first time around. So we still have a lot of work to do, but coming out here with all this and the kind of the novelty behind everything, and come out and our kids are pretty resilient today. We get a bad bounce on their goal to tie it up, and just to come back and win one like that. I think 3 power play goals for us, so it was a good day.
Yeah, and you talk about the fact that they kind of stole that momentum. They tied it up at 3, and they stole that momentum, but the fact that you guys played it out to get to that overtime period says a lot about your team.
Exactly, and to give all the kids all the credit for that, because nobody came back to the bench complaining or anything. They know it was kind of just a bad bounce is basically what it was. So, they knew we were getting chances and just hadn't been finishing, so they just stuck with it and popped one in.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the season. We're going to be back to interview a couple of the stars of the game right after this. Welcome back to Lake Phelan Recreation Center, where you just watched the Coon Rapids Cardinals beat the Blaine Bengals in overtime 4-3. Got to look good for the camera. I'm here with two of the stars of the game. On my left, Addie Rust. On my right, Rachel Bonner. Addie, I'm going to talk to you first. The game-winning goal in overtime, it's got to feel sweet.
Yeah, it feels really good. We all worked really hard. It just felt good to get revenge.
What did Coach talk to you about just before you guys took the ice in that overtime period?
She just told us to, go out there and work hard.
Well, congratulations. It's a great win for you guys. Rachel Bonner, 1 goal, 3 assists. You've been definitely the leader, one of the leaders, certainly the leader in goals and points of this team. It's got to feel pretty good. The first outdoor game, you get the goal, you get 3 assists. Got to be some sweet revenge after that 5-4 loss.
Yeah, it felt great. We were all a little nervous playing an outdoor game, but I think it went really well, and I think we adapted really well, and we just played our hardest, and it all worked out.
Talk about the conference race here. You guys now with that win hold a half a game lead with just 3 games left. Really important. Obviously, these next 3 games are very important to you guys.
Yeah, we have 3 really important games coming up, and 2 of them we've already lost to them, so we're going to do what we did out here and get a little revenge.
Well, Rachel, congratulations with a great game. Now I'm going to send it back to Joe and Jerry. Joe Young, the Dino Cicerelli of CTN Studio.
Whoa, you're in the Hall of Fame.
The Dino Cicerelli. I'd have to say pretty close. I'm a little closer to that than Lou and Annie, because like Dino, I could set a camp up in front of an net anytime.
Well, there you go, and that's what it takes sometimes. Well,
that's what took for the Cardinals. Well, for almost all of the 7 goals that we saw in this game was just get it to the net and hammer it home. We didn't see a whole lot of pretty goals, but the Cardinals able to hammer it home in overtime. Addie Rust at the back door. Brenna Paskey kind of played it out front. And Addie Rust poked it home. Paskey a goal and an assist.
One of the few rebounds we've seen all day down there, and actually came to harm.
And Hubberstead, hats off to Hubberstead.
Great game.
I thought Blaine really, through the third period, controlled the action, had the momentum. But I think what gave them the confidence to have that run, to come back and tie the game, is that they had Hubberstead at the back all day long. She was outstanding.
She was.
And kept her team in, gave her team a chance to win.
Yeah, she's a very good goaltender, and you can see why her numbers are high. She did everything she could to give her team a chance to win. She blocked the first shot. Unfortunately, there's no one there to help her with that rebound in overtime.
Well, and the Cardinals, you heard Christofferson mention it, 3 power play goals. Last time they faced, the Bengals had 4 power play goals in a 5-4 win. This time the Cardinals get a little bit of revenge in almost the same way. 3 power play goals in a 4-3 overtime win.
And they killed off Blaine's power plays in the third period when they were crucial, which could have given Blaine the win in the third. So good for them.
Yeah, and the Cardinals trying to finish it off with the conference title. Here's what we have coming up for you next week. Boys basketball hosting Elk River on Thursday. Wrestling hosting Andover on Thursday. And then we'll see some girls hockey when they reach the playoffs. Remember, they've got Armstrong on Tuesday. That's a game they should definitely win. And then Anoka on Thursday and Centennial on Saturday. The other 2 teams right with them in the top of the conference standings. So it makes for a very exciting finish to the girls hockey season. But that is going to do it for this edition of
I'm getting a little nervous
Sports.
to let the regular hockey players out here now. They'll throw some pucks our way. Time to go.
Again, the final score from Phelan Recreational Center, it's the Cardinals 4, the Bengals 3. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN for the entire crew, including the Professor Jerry Grant and the one and only Howie Shapiro. I'm Joe Young. Saying goodnight.